Hi everyone, a few of us who like to dabble with mixed media have been going through old things in our stash, and some of us have found these hot foils that used to be popular at one time, but for reasons of probably difficulty of use they became unpopular, and so they've just been stashed away in the cupboard. So we thought we'd dig them out and have a go. So I've been trying it with different mediums to see which ones work the best. So this video is about that, and you can see different products that I've used and how I got on with each one and how well it worked. For the first part of the demonstration, we're going to use this glue pad. It's by Sukaniko, the same people that make the StazOn and other pens. It's essentially just like an ink pad, except for it's for glue, and it comes with this bottle of re-gluer as opposed to re-inker. Every time you use it, you need to top it up with some glue again, so you just put some drops on, rub it in. Now I've got just a small stamp here for the demo, so I'm going to glue this up in exactly the same way that you would use an ink pad. And I'm going to stamp it onto my paper. You can just about see it if it catches the light. I don't think I can make it work for you, but anyway, I can just about see it there. So now I'm going to set that to one side, and probably for about half an hour. So we'll come back to that one. It's been half an hour since we stamped with the glue pad, so let's give it a go. Put our foil on. We'll give it a good rub. Let's use this you could use a credit card. This is actually a tool by Basic Grey that was designed for rub-ons. It has transferred a bit, but it's not brilliant. Let's try again just with my finger. Something to do with the warmth that makes the foil come off. So not really making much difference. Well, some of it's come off, but it's not particularly good. Might be this paper's quite porous, so perhaps the ink's sunk into it too much. I'll do another test on a piece of that thick, smooth card here. Let's do it again. Need to prep the pad again because it's still okay, because we've only just recently used it. Let's get it really gluey this time. Maybe with foils you shouldn't leave it to dry. Let's try it without. I'll just put it on now and burnish it into the glue. Nope, that's equally disappointing. I'll stamp it again on the other side and we'll leave it to dry. So we'll wait another half an hour. Okay, so this one's been standing for a while now. Let's see if we can get a transfer. Nothing happening. Let's try rubbing it with a warm finger. Nope. Let's try giving it a bit of heat. So no. So essentially the glue pad doesn't work. For the second trial demonstration, we're going to use this product called Stamp and Bond. And there's also one available in the UK called Bonding Powder by Papermania. They're both essentially the same thing. So I'll use the Stamp and Bond as I think it's more widely available. You're going to need embossing ink, so I'm going to use some Distress embossing ink, and we've got our stamp again. So I'm going to ink up my stamp just as you would do normally if you were going to stamp with ordinary ink. Into my card, and then sprinkle over the Stamp and Bond, just like embossing powder. And just put this back into the jar. We'll heat this with a heat gun until it goes clear. Just let it cool down a little bit. And I've got a piece of gold foil. I'll just lay it over the top. We'll do it with it. I'll just get a piece of paper. And then rub really hard. It's the heat from your finger that transfers the foil onto the glue. So rub really, really well. And then when you peel off, you've got the gold image. Cool. This time I'm going to use a glue pen. I've got a Sakura Quickie glue pen here. I'm just going to write my name. Again, I think we have to let this dry for a bit before we can use it. I was going to try it with this Paper Mania hot foil adhesive pen that's supposed to be for this, but I can't get it to work. Typical. Sometimes these products seem very good on paper, but glue in a pen just glues up. I even had trouble getting this Quickie glue pen to come down, but it does actually work consistently. I've tried many other glue pens as well that also seem to get stuck up. I've got this Sailor 2-in-1 pen that worked alright for a while, but second or third use nothing would come out. So we've got to leave this to dry for about 30 minutes, but now then we'll come back and try that. Now we're coming back to the piece where I wrote my name with a Sakura glue pen, Quickie glue pen. So I'm going to just trying to see where the design is. Tool, has it transferred? Oh yes, that worked. So that's a good one. The other thing they say you can do is to use it with double-sided tape. I'll stick a bit of tape on here. Take our foil, stick it over the top, burnish it again. Yeah, that worked. So then you've got a nice foil border. Yeah, I like that. You can also do the same with double-sided paper that you punch designs out, and then you can foil the sticky side just as you've done with this double-sided tape. The next thing we'll use is hot glue. I'm going to draw a quick design into the hot glue, then put my foil on straight away and try not to burn myself. I could use another piece of paper to rub. It gets cool, eh? It's easier to do it with just your finger. Hey, that's cool. Stuck onto the hot glue. Yeah, I really like that. So the last thing I'm going to try is this Flitter glue, which is a really, really sticky glue. Normally you use it with gilding flakes, but I'm going to use a little tiny bit of sponge here. You're supposed to make your own little ink sponge pad with it, so I'm just rubbing some of it on there. You only need a little bit. It's super sticky, this, so I'm going to dab it onto my stamp. And I'm going to stamp it onto my piece of card. This stays sticky for a long time, but I need to go and wash this pad straight away, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. I've only been a very short while. As I say, this glue is exceptionally sticky, and it's specifically made for using with gilding flakes, which are sort of similar, so I'm not going to let it dry. I'm going to get my foil now and just put it over the top. Et voila! It worked. Yeah. Looks good. The last experiment I did was with this Anita's Tacky glue. I tried laying the foil over it when it was wet, but I just ended up with a big mess, and it all stuck to the back of the foil. So I've just put a little zigzag design onto some card here, and I've left it till it's not wet, but it's sort of got a hard coating on it, but it's not completely dry. So I'm just going to put my bit of foil over the top. Just rub it gently with my finger. You don't want to squash it, but you've still got to be firm enough to make the foil come off. It is working. So, there we are. It has come off onto it. if you leave it to dry too much, it won't work. Okay, there you are. I hope you found that useful and that you're able to use the foils. The reason they're called hot foils is that some people, once they've stuck them onto the adhesive, they put a piece of paper on the top and then run them through a laminator machine, which is supposed to help it bond. But if you haven't got a laminator machine, this is the next best things to try. So I'm looking forward to seeing your projects using foil, and if anybody's got any other suggestions that they know will work, let us know. Thanks a lot now. Bye.